another christening ceremony for an Outer Reef owner. I think if we can do one every show, we'll be doing pretty good, right, Mike?
Very well.
A little history about Les and Diana. This journey started, I think it's about, actually started about 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago in Seattle. Les was very interested in one of our boats in Seattle, and timing wasn't right. And Les and Diana came back and he says, you know what? We want to build a boat now, but we want it exactly like that boat in Seattle. Exactly. You remember that?
I did say that.
And does this boat look like that?
No. Not even the slightest.
So, true to the Outer Reef philosophy, you know, we set Les and Diana free, and they went a little hog wild, so to speak. So, and the results are right here. And, you know, every boat that we build is a reflection of that owner and their tastes. And I'm glad you didn't build it like that 63 in Seattle.
You're the one that built that 63 in Seattle.
I know, 63, but this is your boat. That was my boat. So, that being said, we want to welcome Les and Diana and Cody to the Outer Reef family. As you all know, everyone becomes family here. And I want to say congratulations and all the best of luck. And I think we have to raise our glasses. Here's the Guided Discovery.
Cheers! Cheers!
I think we're supposed to do the after show. But you have a speech first.
I have a speech.
That's very short. I think it's 2 seconds.
No, it's not exactly 2 seconds. It's like a what you said. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for attending this ceremony.
Scream!
The people who are here was very special. My sister is here. My soon-to-be son-in-law is here. And everybody here I count as best friends, so it's really kind of hard to delineate this. And many of the people that are here are as a result of our cruising activities and boating activities. People we've met all over the United States, like Bob and Dan Cosman and Daryl and Sue Peters. We met up in Florence, Alabama, of all places. When she left her bag in a courtesy car, that's something they don't know about Florida. That's where they give you a car because you're in a marina where there's absolutely nowhere to go. And she left her bag in there, and Diana found it, and we've been friends ever since. And they were involved in the Seattle Outer Reef project. It didn't exactly come to fruition. Anyhow, and my oldest friends are here with Jerry. I met Jerry in 1968 in Westerly, Rhode Island. And I don't think I know I've been friends with anybody that long. Jerry was in the supplier, souvenir, and women's clothing business. And when he came to me, I was in the consumer finance business. And I was making loans. And he came to me for a loan and I turned him down. He was a deadbeat. Not anymore. He could buy one of these. Anyhow. My other good friend, standing right in the middle with the camera, his name is Jim Carter. Jim I met in 1983 when we did a big project for my company together. And we've been friends ever since. And we were former boat partners.
And we're still talking to one another.
And we're still
Because he did all the work, we just did all the work.
1999, I called him up and I said, hey Jim, I got a 35-foot slip in Monroe Harbor. Not Monroe, one of the harbors. Montrose. And I said, how would you like to go partners in a boat? And he said to me, sure, how big a boat can you put in a 35-foot slip? I said, is this a Grant's Tomb question? Meanwhile, we agreed to buy a 37-foot boat, and I let him go out on his own, and he wound up with a 44-foot boat. I said, Jim, a 44 doesn't fit in a 35-foot slip. He said, don't worry about it. Right? So, what accelerated me to this is I went a little bit further than I expected. Mind you, when I came to Chicago, much to the chagrin of Diana, and I decided I wanted a boat, I signed up for a 25-foot slip Belmont, exactly a mile from my house. So you can see I've sort of made a bit of a transition. Anyhow, I thank you all for being here. Now I'd like to thank my friends from Auto East. First of all, I'd like to thank Jeff for building or for designing this boat, and for building a company where I could feel comfortable enough to invest $2 on something that's going to be delivered a year from now from, of all places, Taiwan. Well, here it is, and they delivered, and it is an amazing experience. I also want to thank Jeff because I got more than I bargained for. And that's an amazing thing to say. But it's not all that surprising because many of the people I talked to who had bought out Reefs told me the same story. And I said, okay, well, I can tell you it's true. So I'm very pleased with the relationship I have. I feel part of the family since I signed the contract, and I have great expectations for a very successful relationship. This gentleman over here has been, I don't know what you say, babysitting me for the last 2 years. I met him in Florida, and we looked at a 63 outer reef. And he and I have kept in contact, and he assisted me through this entire process. He's now the general manager of Outer Reef. Where's Deborah?
Right here.
Deborah Manzing. She helped her and me keep our sanity on all the decisions that were made in there. And so if you like what you see in there, okay, I did it. If you don't like it, it's Deborah's. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Amazing.
Great job. Very welcome.
Then there's my friend Danny and Carol. There they are. They sort of kept track of the money. And when we finally closed on the boat, we had a $35 disagreement. Of course, it was in their favor. But there is also the fact that Carol did make one error and try to charge me around $6,000 that I shouldn't have done. But I let her know about it too. Now there's another gentleman who I feel very close to, although I've known him for the shortest amount of time, and that's Captain Randy Ives standing over there. Randy is in charge of commissioning the boat. Now you should understand that it takes, on average, 30 days to commission an outer reef. This boat popped off the ship on the 2nd of February, and here it is in the show. And maybe everything isn't exactly the way it should be, but you know what? We're talking 90%. My punch list, my real list and my punch list are no more than 20 items long. That's an amazing. My Sea Ray, when I bought it, was 80 items on the boat. I hope you got some customers. He's paying me for this, but true. Anyhow, Captain Randy's in charge of that entire process. Captain Randy's going to teach me how to run this thing and how to manage all of the systems. Those who've been on it know there's a few things on this boat, and a boat is a boat, but there's a lot to it. And he's also been helping me day to day deal with little issues that come up, and quite successful. Now, I have some other friends here from Taiwan. Tanisha, there they are, Howard and Carl. Tania Shipyard, Taiwan. If you go to my blog and you look at the picture of Tania, it's not very impressive. If you walk into the factory, it would not meet OSHA standards. In fact, I think OSHA would walk in and walk out. They couldn't deal with the problem. But with their 110-man work crew, I had the experience of being over there for 3 days on the ground and saw workmen do an amazing job. So I would like to thank these gentlemen for this marvelous piece of equipment. The fit and finish is extraordinary. I can't find a flaw, and I'm good at doing that. Anybody who knows me knows for their hospitality. When I was over in Taiwan, Howard shepherded me all over the place, introduced me to the culture. If you go to my blog, you'll learn all about Tao Temple. My honor. Which has something to do with my speech. Anyhow.